Hey guys, so we're back with another How About You podcast episode. I don't know if I'm a little quiet. I'm trying to be quieter because I actually hurt my tonsils recently. And I think it's because, so this is a little bit gross, but like I said, I'm a 100 kind of guy, so you get all the details. I get tonsil stones whenever I don't brush my teeth every single night. And this past week I was kind of bad about it. So what I ended up having to do was I went back there like as usual, tried to push the stones out of my tonsils, and it looked like I drew blood at the end, so that's kind of what I was worried about. And I think that's why I feel a scratchy sort of burning sensation whenever I talk too much, which is really unfortunate because I really have to get these recorded, and I have family coming over, so. But whatever, we get through it. We get through it in the end. I just hope you guys can hear me okay, and I hope this will be a really good episode. So I don't know. I don't even know what to talk about right now. My throat just kind of kind of hurts. So I've been working on music though. I think I got writer's block for a day, and then the next day the weirdest thing, it just clicked. Everything sounded good, because I was having this issue. I can write, but everything I write doesn't sound good to me, and so I have to I scratch so much writing. So much writing I do just gets thrown in the trash or deleted on my notes. And I sort of figure because a lot of times there are bars in there that I really, really did like, but I figure it's better to let go and save them for a better time whenever they come up, and not necessarily save them, I don't keep them, but if they come up again, then it's meant to have happened. You know what I mean? But I feel if I hold on to things, I miss out on other opportunities for some rhymes or some flows, because I'm so focused on this one flow or rhyme that I really loved, and so I'm not able to truly create as I feel I should be able to. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just something that I have thought about. I think it's true. I think it makes sense. Yeah. I'm gonna turn it down just so hopefully you guys can hear me if you can't hear me right now. This is not good. Okay. I thought by now my Pokemon would know a fire type move, but I guess not. But man, so I have been working on content, just trying to shove it all out there. I'm about to have about a 2-weekish break, not from putting content out, but from creating the content, because I've created so much content in the past week, so that I don't have to create for the next 2 weeks. Which is also one of the reasons why these aren't live, like I said. But it'll be a nice break, I put in a whole bunch of work now. And then I'll probably work on a project because my cousin that's coming is actually a student of an art school. And so he's very, well, at least I'm hoping that he can bring some of that knowledge. So I think his interest is in film. So I'm thinking like maybe we can work on something. Maybe like make like a music video or something. I don't know, we'll see. I'm really excited though. Really excited for her to come, see what we can do with that stuff. But yeah, because I think it'd be really cool to get a music video out for archaeologists, or something like that. I'm not sure what I would, because my music, I like the music that I've released, but I don't feel like it's my best. I feel like there's something there. I feel like I can do a lot better, but I just haven't reached it yet. But I know it's there, because I feel like I don't know if this makes sense, but like the intellect behind the lyrics is there. It's just the actual lyricism, like the skill, I don't feel like is completely there. That's all. I don't mean to sound, because I feel like a lot of times artists are very into themselves, you know what I mean? Like they really think they're the, SHIT, which I don't necessarily feel that way. Like I definitely have an ego, and I have it on purpose. Like there's reason for my ego, but I also know what I don't know, you know what I mean? Or I know that I don't know everything. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just how that's how I feel, I guess. But I don't want to sound like that. So I'm just saying, like, I like the music that I make. I feel like there's more potential for it to grow. You know what I mean? But I think, so I got some feedback on the album thing, and what I should do with the album. And I think the consensus overall was that I would, it'd be a good idea for me to do a project, or do my album, or do an album rather than a single every single week. And I actually agree with that, because I find the longer I wait, the better I actually feel like the music is. And I want my music to be quality, and I feel like there's no rush for that. So I've already released 3 songs, I think. So I think the rest I'm going to save for an album that I'll be working on in the meantime, with no set date of when it will be released. Just so that I can focus on creating really good music. And there's no rush to put content out. But that being said, it'll be a work in the project. So look forward to that, and of course I'm gonna keep you updated. Let me know if you want to hear like the beats or anything, if you want to be surprised. Because I can do all that. But Anyway, let's talk a little bit about childhood, because it just came to my head and I kind of wanted to talk about it. Man, like, first off, like, I'm just reminiscing right now. Like, I was quiet all day because I was trying to conserve my voice, which I feel like I'm hurting really bad right now. But I was being really quiet. And I feel like it allowed me to just sort of focus and be in myself, you know what I mean? Like, sort of, like, clear my head and meditate a little bit. At work is what I mean. And I forgot why I brought that up. But I don't know, like, I just feel really at peace right now. Even though my throat kind of hurts. But what I do want to talk about is, man, like, I remember as a kid, I think I've played through this game at least 3 or 4 times or so. I used to love this game, and I still do. The first generation Pokemon is actually my favorite. Probably just because it's the first one I did play. But now, like, I even feel like it just has a very simple energy to it. Like, once you start getting into the later games, things get more colorful, which you would never think is, like, a bad thing. But I like how, like, this game is colorful, but it's not too vibrant. Like, it's just very simple. And that's what I like about it. Can't really explain it, but, you know what I mean? We all have our preferences, you know what I mean? I guess that's how I would explain it. But I also think this game, the first generation of Pokemon, is the best Pokemon. I like the way they look. You know what I mean? I think the designs are also very simple. Very simple, very fun, very cute, very creative. And also just, like, I don't know, this game just has a really good energy surrounding it, you know? Like, I feel like, and I'm probably just saying this because it was a part of my childhood, and so it's probably, like, a lot of nostalgia there, but I don't know, I do really enjoy this, though. Going back and playing these games has definitely been worth it for me, I think. Forgot something. Okay. I don't know how you guys feel. Just curious, like, what was... Leave down in the comments just because, like, I want to know all your business. I'm just kidding, but leave down in the comments, like, what was, like, a childhood game, like, what was your childhood game that you could just go back to and play for, I don't know, like, if you could go back and play, like, one game, like, what game would it be? You know what I'm saying? For me, that's a hard question. If I could go back, and here's what I mean, like, if you could play one game from your childhood, like, forever and ever and ever, like, what game would that be? And for me, let's shoot, this one would be a good one because there's a lot to do. You know what I mean? I've also really liked, I feel like Super Smash Bros. Would be a good one. I also played a lot of The Legend of Zelda. One of my favorites, personally. Ocarina of Time, probably. I think that was actually the first one I'd ever played. Oh, well, that's not true. I played the very, very original, because my dad showed me the very original. And then in Arizona, where I have family, they have an old Nintendo 64. On that Nintendo 64, they have a whole bunch of old Nintendo 64 games, including Super Smash Bros., 007 GoldenEye, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, trying to think, Mario Kart 64, some Star Wars Speed Racer thing. It was just kind of cool. So if I could go back, I think I would actually choose Super Smash Bros. Because I feel like there's more freedom in that. You know what I mean? And I just love the game. Every time I pick it up, like, I just love it. It's such a great game. Although now I'm thinking about it. Oh, that was at Pokemon Stadium. That was really cool. Now I think about it, I think I would do like one of these, like the Pokemon games, because if you think about it, like, you can start that game over and have a different experience depending on which Pokemon you choose, you know what I mean? So it can always be something different. So I think I would choose, actually I think I would choose probably this game. Yeah. I'm gonna go cheat and say that you can either have this or leaf green. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah. So I gotta say, I'm still working on some ideas for if I am to create a website. Well, first and foremost, I'm trying to think of how I need to create the website. But I'm also thinking about merch, like merchandise. You know, what kind of shirts, you know what I mean, like, would I create, should I create, what do you want to see? Because I don't have any, like, super catchy catchphrases yet. At least not for this. Like, nothing that stands out for me, I think. I don't know, if you guys disagree, let me know, but... Oh, I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, let me know, like, what would you guys want to see on a shirt, you know what I mean? Another thing I've been doing a lot, I've been revisiting, like, my childhood. Like, I actually started watching a little bit of anime, because right before bed, after I do all my work, I like to sit and watch something, and then, which I actually think is really bad for you. Like, I think they actually recommend you taking a break from all electronics, X amount of time before you go to bed. But I do not do that. I feel like I do feel it, but I don't know. I wake up at 4 every single morning, so, and I wake up fine. Like, it's weird. Going to school, I could not stand. I would try and catch as much sleep every last minute I could. I would try to soak it all up. But, like, I feel like since I'm getting paid for what I'm doing, I'm much more motivated to go. And it's kind of crazy to me. Whenever you think about what colleges you're paying for an overpriced education. No, you're paying for a very expensive piece of paper to vouch for you that you are a experienced, or that you know about a certain type of something in whatever field, and that you can do work and good job. So there's value to it. I'm not saying there's not value to it, but you're paying people to give you homework and tests and quiz you. It just doesn't really make sense to me. Like, why? Or I get it. I get why people would go, but what doesn't make sense to me is, why would you go back? You know what I mean? After high school, I have no interest. Even with, like, kids, like, a lot of people say, like, oh, it's for the experience. I never understood, what people were looking for. Like, I get having fun, you know what I mean, experiencing that, but I just don't understand why you would want to put yourself back in that situation, you know what I mean? Because, like, I'm gonna be straight up, and actually, I'm trying to debate if I should say this. Well, I'm not gonna say this, but experiences are fun to have, but a lot of times it comes from a place of, like, trying to fit in. At least for me, it did. I wasn't really secure, even though I did it. You know what I mean? Like, I did it, but I wasn't, like, secure about it or confident about it. It was more to just share an experience with a group of people. And once I found out, like we would all share that experience, and then the next day, it was like, nothing happened. Like, you made no friends. You know what I mean? It's like, you would have this experience, it'd be a good time, and then you would wave to each other in the halls, and that's it. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're not building any real fulfilling relationships, and that's kind of what took me for a spin. And so if I go anywhere, like, I now have this philosophy, like, I will not drink or participate in any, like, substances unless I feel 100% comfortable with, or confident in myself. Like, if I'm sitting there and I am communicating very well, just having a great time with the people I'm with, then I will take some substance that will amplify the experience. You know what I mean? Just make it even better, even more fun. But if it's with people who I don't know and I am very shy and uncomfortable, I don't want that substance to be the reason why I become social. Because I don't want to be reliant on that and then be a jerk whenever I'm not on that. I shouldn't even say jerk, but and then be the complete opposite. You know what I mean? I want to be the same individual no matter where I am. You know what I'm saying? So that's my philosophy on, like, that's why I don't just, like, drink willy-nilly, or don't make fun of me for saying willy-nilly, by the way. But that's why, I don't do that. And I'm very, like, controlled about the experiences that I do have. It's made me a much more, like, confident individual, because I strive to be comfortable before I allow myself to take that substance that is going to enhance the experience and make it, fun or better. You know what I'm saying? That's why with family, like, family is no big deal. Like, family, I would drink, I would do whatever. Because family is one of those things, like, I step in with family, like, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's because I came from, like, a more, like, Mexican-style culture. I didn't come from it, but, like, that's my mom's side. Like, they're from Arizona, and it's also very, like, Catholic, so I think that's also very, or a piece of it that makes a difference. But, like, it's a very close-knit group, you know what I mean? Like, we all just love each other, you know? And that's a great thing. It always breaks my heart whenever I see people who don't share that experience. Because I've always had a very supportive family. And I think family is, I mean, your family, those are the people that raised you, you know what I mean? So if you have a family that's not as together, I feel you're sort of starting out short, I think. Which brings me to this idea, like, some people, I believe in everyone has the same opportunity, right? But for some people it's just harder. Some people just have an unfair advantage. And I'm not talking about, what is it called? White privilege. I kind of think white privilege is BS until you get into, like, whenever you're dealing with cops. I do feel like I do know that there is a different culture, or just, like, a more harsher treatment towards, specifically black people, at least where I am. I don't know what it's like for any other cultures. But one thing that I do know is that there's a reason, you know what I mean? And I'm always willing to listen to that reason. But that's besides the point. What I am talking about is that some people, whenever you're born into a lower class, which lower class actually means less resource, right? Which you would know if you listen to my podcast with Maxine Clark. But so less resourced people, you're not starting off with computers, like, and all the electronics, all the stimulating experiences such as, like, video games, great food, like really good healthy food, which I support. I'm very, very in support of, like, a capitalist mindset. I think our economy is good the way it's set up. I forgot what it's called. I forgot the exact term, but I know there's a term for it, and I used to know it. But it's been a while since I've looked into this stuff. But I'm very much in support of our, like, mix of socialism and capitalism. I feel like if I'm gonna describe it, I feel like it makes sense to me that we have a mixed socialist government with very capitalistic people, meaning, like, the culture of capitalism, like, very, in the United States we're very independent and very outward about how we feel about things, and we want things done right and in abundance, and in a short amount of time, and I feel like that improves a lot of the way things work. And I love to see, private businesses create this, and people end up super rich and successful. I love to see that. But I do think, and I bring that up because I'm not saying, like, whenever I say, like, socialist mix, I am in support of people becoming rich. But it's just, I recognize that there is work that goes into those families, and there's a reason that people get there. There is a method to success, and a certain type of mindset that people have, that successful people have, and that leaders have, that less resourced or broke people do not have, or even people who go to college, I find, like regular, your average Joes. There is a difference, and what I would say is that it's one of those things I would never take it away, because I feel like if you were to make it so that everyone started off on the exact same foot, the only possible way to do that would be to get rid of a whole lot of stuff, because either no one has all these special advantages, such as having parents that are really rich and can buy really good Wi-Fi, or just computers in general. So either no one has that, and then we're all living in a sucky world, or a world with no opportunity, or you could give everybody a device and Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? But if you give everyone a device and Wi-Fi, you can't give everyone a really good device and a really good Wi-Fi. So you have to make a sacrifice where you got to give them a bad device and a bad Wi-Fi. And then even if you did all that, even if people had a good device and good Wi-Fi, even though it's not possible, let's just pretend in a really good world that it is. And everyone starts off with the same materials. Even then, still the people who are taught how to be successful and how to be rich, the mentality behind it, will always outperform those who don't. So this is why I think we might as well skip all that, understand that it's not possible to give everybody everything, and without getting rid of opportunity for everyone. And so that leads me to say that... Shit, I got distracted. That leads me to say that I think I don't know, I completely lost my train of thought. Where was I? I was on a really good conversation point, though. Well, anyway, I don't know, I guess I would say, oh, yeah, I was talking about how, I guess, like, you can't make everyone, so here's what I think we should, what we should be focusing on instead, rather than giving everyone an equal start, or access to equal materials or resources. I think what we should rather do instead is give everyone the culture to success and the knowledge on how to get those resources and find those resources and search for those resources for yourself. It's kind of like this. Like, if you give someone a fish, they'll be fed for one day. If you teach someone how to fish, they'll be fed for the rest of their life. You know what I mean? It's old little adage or whatever, but you know, I agree with that. I stand by it. But anyway, so I think this one, actually, I guess this episode wasn't that short, huh? As far as it felt short, I feel like this was a really, really short episode for some reason. But anyway, so guys, this was a good episode. You know what I mean? I'm glad we did this, even though like my throat kills right now. But I'm gonna say, you know, thanks for watching. Of course, like I always appreciate it. I don't know if you guys realize, like, you know, how much I enjoyed these, and I always get excited whenever I see people, you know, watch them. So make sure that you comment, you know, leave a like, let me know that you're here, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Also, like, if you want, like, you can always check out these episodes, it's just the audio form is on a podcast. And you can also support me in other ways, like you can donate through some links that I have in the description, and also some other stuff like the TheLeafDesigner, and of course I'm talking to people watching on YouTube. And besides that,